Well, hello again, Internet. It's time for that unusual occurrence, the Midweek Ramble. Well, it's kind of end of week ramble, actually. It's Friday today. It's Friday the 10th of April, 2020. Friday before Easter, around here known as the Long Friday. Don't know why. I believe in English you call it Good Friday. Also, no idea why. But anyway, that's the day it is. And I've already completed such a large amount of stuff that I really should show it to you and then show you the progress on the rest of the stuff and then add some more minis to my queue. So I have more to do. And everything that's finished today is Reaper Bones. Some of it from the Kickstarter, some not. So from here we see the Pack Donkeys, the Mind Flayer, and the Iron Golem there in the back. They are not from the Kickstarter. The rest of the stuff is. And they're called something else. I think this is called a Bethalion in the Reaper catalog. The Pack Donkeys are just donkeys. This creature, again, something burrowing, something maybe they call it. It's a Xorn, Xorn in D&D. Very clearly, I mean, it's obviously that's what it is. And the Iron Golem is just called an Iron Golem. I like this model because it has a bunch of detail and it's not as simplistic as a lot of Golem models are. The big question was whether to paint them all in iron. I've seen a lot of people paint this varying the colors up and using like bronzes and coppers and golds and stuff just to get a bit more, like I said, variety in it. But I decided not to do that because if it's named an Iron Golem, it should just be iron. There's a little bit of brass in the joints and such internal fittings, and there's a bit of a red glow coming from inside. But otherwise, I tried to make it pop simply by upping the contrast between the plates so they stand out much more. And I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Then, if we move all this stuff back, we have all the mushroom people. And I kept this cap sort of blue, just for variety. Everybody else is kind of in the yellow-orange sepia spectrum. But they're okay. The Queen, she's alright. She's not spectacularly interesting, I find, but she's sort of cool. I did what I could with the Bonesium. Perhaps this stuff here should have been more organic. I kind of painted this as she's rising up out of, this is fungus. I thought this could be some sort of rock, but it's probably a gray fungus. The way she's sprouting out of that, but I wanted a contrast in colors because she was all in warm colors and I wanted something cool on the base. But well, you be the judge if it's successful or not. Anyway, that's 11 minis done already after a little bit more than half a week, 4 days. So let's see what I could possibly finish next. I've done a little bit on the Discworld Witches, but not so much that I feel there's any point in showing it to you. you remember approximately where they were on Monday. Now, these have been all primed, and some base coats have been applied to a lot of them, including these new mushroom men. I have to retract my statement. I thought this was a fake beholder. It is a real beholder. He actually has 10 eye stalks. It's just they're all on top. I don't remember. Does D&D beholder have the stalks spaced out around? Anyway, gluing each of these on individually was a little bit difficult, but I managed it, and they're a nice tangle looking in different directions. He's just squinting. That's his deal. And the troll, I just washed him in green because, hey, it's a troll. And the flesh golem, I've blacked out parts that I think are going to be metal, because he's kind of a little bit of a cyborg. And yeah, the mouseling. And I built up so it kind of looks like a little fireplace around the pot, the cauldron. It's not terribly accurate, but oh well. So anyway, I'll probably have a few of these finished as well by Monday, so we need to prep a few more things. Let's not go overboard, but let's take a look at what we can do. All right, so if I want to pile something on for Monday, what will I add to my queue? Well, I thought I'd pull from two different sources. The first is, of course, the Bones 4 Kickstarter. And I'm still in the Dark Reach expansion, and they have 5 little gnomes that they call Deep Gnomes, or Dark Gnomes, I forget which is the name for the race called Svirfneblin in D&D. Now, these dudes look kind of like normal gnomes. I don't know what... I seem to recall the Svirfneblin should have really big noses, but maybe I'm thinking of really old artwork from like 1st edition or something. Maybe that's been superseded. But anyway, we have these 5 little dudes and dudettes. And then, while digging around in my boxes and boxes of really old, unpainted stuff, I found the loot from a Kickstarter long ago, several years ago. I backed a Kickstarter for a couple of small war bands for a skirmish game. Not really important which one. And I got it because these were cooler than your average war band. Because there was one set of evil dwarves in weird armor, and one of halfling villagers, halfling militia. And that's kind of normal, but they have one guy riding on a big dog. Dog cavalry. I had to get that. Now, I'm not going to be painting up any of the dwarves or halflings right now, but don't worry, I'm not forgetting them. They're on my radar now. However, among all this stuff, there were a few. Guess what these are? Well, myconids. They're not called that. They're called something else, of course, because myconids is a D&D term. But you know, it's mushroom people with mushroom caps for heads. There's 3 of them, and they're a little bit more dynamic than some of those Bonesium ones I've painted. They're not just standing still. This guy's running. This guy is shooting something out of his hand, and this guy has 2 big daggers ready to attack with. So, because these fit the theme I've been painting recently, I think I'm out of fungoid creatures now, if I paint these up. So, these 3 and these 5 are the new batch. Well, that was it for this episode. Click like if you liked it. subscribe if you haven't done so, comment, share, and all that jazz. But most of all, be back here on Monday for another regularly scheduled Monday Miniatures Ramble with me, Doc Eon, who is now signing off.